honey.
Hi, sweetheart.
How do you feel about parenting?
Parenting is hard. It's wonderful, but it's also really difficult.
Yeah.
It's not an easy endeavor.
I agree. Parenting can be so amazing. It's the best thing, but it's also the worst thing sometimes.
Yeah.
And I think that's because we all know there's so much potential there and it's so important, but yet we all feel like we're doing a bad job at it from time to time. So we've learned about parenting styles, and I remember learning about it in school as a very stagnant thing. Like you either are one style or another.
Kind of like you get categorized and that's the kind of parent that you are and it stays that way and that's the way that you parent.
Yeah, but I want to challenge our thinking on it because I've found that I might change in style a little bit based on my own needs. If I'm doing a good job taking care of myself, I will be a really good parent. And if I find that I am not getting my own needs met, then I will struggle as a parent.
That's a good point. So if we're meeting our needs, like taking care of ourselves, could that be like getting enough sleep, eating right, doing the things you need to do, maybe exercise, whatever it is, getting
and having fun, not just
having
all the
fun.
Like discipline things, but
yeah, that's good too. So having enough fun on your own, and then like maybe with the kids and family time, that makes you a better parent.
Yeah.
So it's not just focusing on parenting that makes you a better parent, but focusing on the other things. Something else that you said, it's not stagnant. It's more malleable, right? And it's more in a continuum. And we've been talking about that a lot more lately. A lot of things in mental health, and as professionals and clinicians are talking about this, things are more in a continuum. It's not like this straight diagnosis of a disorder of something that you're dealing with. It's more of like, well, how much is going on? Like how depressed are you? Instead of just like, boom, a switch flips and you're all of a sudden depressed.
Yeah. So we'll use the term, like, which parenting style do you use?
Okay.
So we want you to think about what parenting style you use. So talk through a couple of them.
There's authoritarian, right? That's one. There's authoritative, there's permissive,
so
and
let's
neglectful.
start
I wanted to go ahead and say it real quick.
Oh my goodness, okay. So let's differentiate between authoritarian and authoritative parent. Which one's the best?
Authoritarian.
No.
Authoritative.
Authoritative is
You asked me that because you thought I was going to get it wrong.
No, I didn't. I wasn't trying to set you up. Okay,
I got nervous. You messed me up.
The authoritative parenting style is meant to be, research has shown that it's the best parenting style. So what is meant by the best? Students, kids, they have fewer problems typically when they are parented by authoritative parents.
Authoritative parents. Now, authoritative, there's the continuum like we talked about. So it's high in demand, and it's also high in acceptance. So you expect a lot, but you also accept the kiddo. A lot of love going on.
So then the authoritarian.
That's the one that I said first.
Right, it makes sense. They're very similar words. I don't know why they were given such similar words.
Can I tell you what I think about when you talk about that one?
Yeah.
I think about a hammer.
Yeah.
I think about just like
bringing down the fist.
Yeah, a lot of authority and then not a lot of acceptance and love. It's just like all rules.
Yeah, so lots of demand, not a lot of acceptance.
Yep.
Then there is the permissive parenting style. You can kind of get that right. It permits a lot. That one's a little easier to remember.
Lots of acceptance, low in demand.
Yep. And then there's the neglectful parent that none of us want to be. Even the parents who are neglectful, they don't want to be. They didn't set out to be neglectful.
I've had moments that I felt like I was neglectful because I was just disengaged. Maybe it's because I wasn't taking care of myself like you were talking about before. I was just consumed with something or stressed with my own world, and I was not engaged. So I was showing some of the behaviors of a neglectful parenting style.
Yeah, and so that is low in acceptance and low in demand. So you're not expecting a lot, but you're also not really accepting the child and giving the affection.
Yep.
So I want you to think about what type of parent you had, what type of styles were used in your home, and then I want you to think, if you're a parent or if you want to be a parent, what style do you hope to use? Now, for us, we both fall, and I can assess Chuck and say he's an authoritative parent, not an authoritarian, right? That the authoritative is the good one.
You know what? Parenting's more important than remembering terms.
Yeah. But I would fall under that as well. But we're not perfectly always using the authoritative style.
Gosh, no.
When I get more stressed out, I tend to ground or discipline more harshly.
We get to it quick, don't we?
Yeah, we'll have the rule, use a timeout, a minute for each age or for each year. So 3-year-old gets a 3-minute timeout. But I will get angry, and if I'm trying to talk with Chuck, especially if we're trying to do something that's to help someone else, I'll feel angry at the kids, and I'd be like, go to your room for 30 minutes. Like, they're not 30 years old yet. I am more tempted to be more
That's a little
harsh.
closer to my timeout.
Yeah, I know, right? Although you probably like that. You're like, oh, sure, I'll go to my room for 30 minutes gladly.
You know, it's so interesting how the things that we try to convince our kids to do are the things that are often rewards for us now. Hey, eat all your food and take a nap. Absolutely, Ash. I will do that anytime you want me to.
For sure. So for you, what are you like as a parent under pressure? So us understanding that hopefully increase our motivation to meet our needs outside of the kid relationship.
That's good.
And then think about the style of parenting that we use. Because if we're not honest with ourselves about the fact that we are dipping into other parenting styles, we don't think that there's any room for improvement. But we all dip a little bit outside of those ideal parenting styles.
And we can get better. We can
Yeah.
look at the behavior that we're taking right now, our habits, the styles that we're using, and we can get better at it. So we'd like to hear about you. What style do you think you are? What style was used when you were being raised by your parents, grandparents, your family figures, who that was? Give us a little bit about you. Yeah, we'd love to hear about it in the comments.